Mr. Mayor, we live.
Great, thank you for that. So today is December 6th, 2023. The time is 5:13 p.m. and I'm calling to order the Baldwin Park City Council special meeting. City Clerk, can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, Mayor. Mayor Estrada,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia. Let the record reflect Mayor Pro Tem Garcia is not here. Councilmember Avila.
Here.
Councilmember Ayala.
Here.
Councilmember Damian.
Here. Here.
Thank you. We have quorum.
Mayor, it'd be helpful, I think, to explain the circumstances of Councilmember Damian's participation. Basically, that comes from a new law that was passed by the legislature, AB 2449, which created an opportunity for less than a majority of the board to attend via teleconference under certain conditions when a majority of the board, and then I've got three of you here, participates from the single physical location that is open to the public. When that quorum is present and participating in the single physical location, AB 2449 authorizes the remaining board members to participate remotely under two specific circumstances. There are just cause circumstances and emergency circumstances. With respect to the just cause circumstances, a member would have to notify the body at the earliest possible opportunity, which may be even including at the start of the meeting, of their need to participate remotely for just cause. The member would then give a general description of the circumstances relating to their need to appear remotely at the meeting. There is a limitation on this provision that can only be invoked 2 times per calendar year. But in this case, Councilmember Damian is requesting or is notifying you that he intends to participate due to one of the factors in AB 2449 for just cause, which is that he has a contagious illness that prevents him from attending in person. When that happens, AB 2449 imposes additional teleconferencing requirements that are similar to the ones that are imposed by other provisions of the Brown Act. And that's that we must provide a two-way method for the public to remotely hear, visually observe, and the body, either by a two-way audiovisual platform or a two-way telephonic service in conjunction with a live webcasting of the meeting. In our case, Councilmember Damian is participating by telephone only, not by visual. But nevertheless, the city live webcasts its meetings through YouTube, so it complies with those requirements. The other thing that you should know is that if we ever have a situation where the technology goes down, we cannot continue the meeting. And so we would have to stop the meeting, fix the technology, and if we can't fix the technology, then the meeting would have to end. That's kind of the drawback of using these provisions. But with that, I'll just confirm with Councilmember Damian. Councilmember Damian, are you in effect notifying the body that you wish to participate remotely?
Yes, I am.
And what would be the reason for that?
I've got a contagious flu that I'm basically ill.
Okay. And with that satisfies the requirements. We will need to do the same thing as part of the regular meeting. But with those announcements, we're good to go.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that, City Attorney. So at this moment, roll call is completed. So we are going to go ahead and open up public communication. City Clerk, is there anybody looking to speak?
No, Mayor, this time we have not received requests for comment.
All right. So if there's anybody looking to speak, now is your time.
Good evening, Council. I see tonight on the agenda that you have a employee review, and I'm talking on that tonight. I had several conversations with Mr. Garcia. Says one of them was about a white tent that's up at Royal Coaches. It's illegal, that he told me was down, which isn't down. Also, I've had to call numerous times, and he did take care of a problem with graffiti and a mess over at one of the stores. But then the next day, not his fault, but graffiti came back up again. Also, we have a mess over here by the railway where you guys bought the air conditioning shop, and it's all junk inside that property over there. Needs to be cleaned up. Also, nobody has met, Enrique or Mr. Garcia has met with, William Salazar to take care of this parking problem that's been a constant thing all along. I keep talking and talking and talking. Also, we have, I texted, one of the code enforcement officers, told him about a fire, a smell of fire, which is a common deal. This guy burns copper wire and burns it. Well, he burns it on days that are like low clouds. Well, when you do that, the smell gets really bad. So I texted it that day and it doesn't get handled till the next day. The code enforcement calls me and goes, we went over there and we couldn't find anything. I says, well, that's great. So what if the building had burned down? I says, this was not something that in your convenience, it was now. The thing of, we need a massive reconstruction of this redevelopment agency. We need people that are going to care, go out there and do the job, and we need leadership. We don't have leadership right now. And the people they keep hiring keep leaving or get fired. We don't hire competent people. We need to start hiring competent people, whether it's coming in with a company to do it. Also, you got to send emails all the time because nobody will return phone calls to get things done sometimes. And I think this department should be taken care of. And why are we having to be the ones informing when we have police department, we have code enforcement, we have city workers, we have employees, the council members, everybody driving around this city? Why isn't anybody doing their job and telling the people to clean this up? Nobody is. We have to do the thing. And then we're the bad guys because we inform the city and the city ignores us. So I hope that when you do this, that before you give them anything, that you have a big, long talk and you find out what's going on and how you can reform it. Thank you very much.
Anybody else looking to speak? If not, we will go ahead and close public communications. And we will start our open session, study session, and we do have a presentation regarding store modernization at the Baldwin Park Laidlaw Harley-Davidson location, and it's presented by Brent Laidlaw.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. And I am Brent Laidlaw. For those of you that do not know me, my father is Bob Laidlaw. And in 1958, he purchased a Harley-Davidson dealership on Garvey Avenue in San Gabriel, California, the year I was born. He's doing well at 93. He is home and is doing as well as can be expected. And since that great day in 1958, the Laidlaw family, consisting of myself, my brother Jerry, who's 4 years older than me, and his two sons, have been carrying on the Laidlaw family tradition and business of a Harley-Davidson dealership in the San Gabriel Valley. So we're pressing on 60 years. And I'm proud to say the last 20 years in Baldwin Park, 22 years actually, in my opinion, has been the very best. We're thrilled and proud to have our dealership on the 10 freeway corridor. And it was wonderful to get it built. It began as a Beacon storage building. And we remodeled it into a showcase store in 2002. And we have been there ever since and done very well. However, we are now asked by corporate Harley-Davidson, the new executive management team, as have all dealerships in the United States, press forward with a dealership redesign. And the program is recognized as Fuel Facility program. is a program that involves the engagement by each and every dealership, should they choose, with 4 different designers. And we chose our designer, a great firm out of Florida. And these designers have been rigorously schooled in the store design standards of the fuel facility design corporate Harley is insisting all dealerships embrace. To give you an idea of the scope of the dealerships that are involved with the new fuel facility program, there are approximately 520 dealerships in the United States. 155 approximately have signed up for the fuel facility program. An additional 200, I presume, I don't know, will sign up in the future. And some, I suppose, will not sign up at all. Should you choose not to participate, the financial holdbacks or the financial penalties, if you will, of opportunities and programs will not be awarded to you. That is a significant loss from here forward. And I began this design with my designer, from my Floridian designer, who I've grown to appreciate very much, about 9 months ago. The renderings that you see are the exterior renderings of our existing dealerships when they are touched, if you will, influenced with the fuel facility design program of corporate Harley-Davidson. Fortunately, because my store is long and somewhat narrow on the freeway corridor, it did not involve a lot of major exterior construction. And what it does involve is exterior correction or adherence to the color palettes of the corporate design, and some additional glazing, so more ambient light is entering into the building, and a little bit of landscaping, which is long overdue, as well as the new logoed signage that you can see, which is a new signage, and that's actually the new logoed motif for Harley-Davidson around the world. My store, I'm proud to say, is going to, hopefully on schedule, God willing, and my hard work with my team will finish, we hope, first quarter next year, which makes this store the 4th or so Harley-Davidson dealership that will be finished in the entire United States. In doing so, all of the United States and all dealers and all Harley-Davidson enthusiasts will have their eye on the 4th store finished in United States. So dealerships and the ridership of Harley-Davidson will all come to the dealership and feel great being there. Motor Company is very focused on this new image, much like I suppose McDonald's was as they changed their opinion and their need for Ronald McDonald and the Hamburglar. And they've changed a little more to an upgraded professional, inching more to Starbucks with their new motifs of grays and stones. And I believe our McDonald's even has yellows in it. Who would have thought? Nevertheless, this is the Harley-Davidson of today. I believe Mr. Garcia and Melissa received something from corporate Harley-Davidson, an email that speaks of the motif and the color palette of what they're presenting on all dealership interior and exteriors for the new Harley-Davidson design. So I'd like to work through, I have about 5 slides that show what we're working toward on the interior and exterior of the dealership. This is a second slide. You'll notice to the right of the dealership, just below Harley-Davidson, is a bricked area that is an exterior gathering area for community parties, dealership parties, serving food there, gathering area on the outside of the dealership, which is a fuel facility requirement as well as a second gathering area on the interior of the store, so the ridership and the customers are comfortable to congregate inside and outside as they ride their motorcycles. This is the blueprint of the ground level floor, which has, as well as the new service department entrance area where the vehicles are written up. The important thing in this design, albeit it's a little hard to see, is the change with the location of the clothing department, which so many people come for a Harley t-shirt or a leather jacket, what have you. It is now downstairs instead of upstairs. And the pre-owned vehicles are on the second level. Correct. Thank you very much. That's the new motor clothes area. And directly above it, on the second mezzanine level, is only pre-owned motorcycles. So a freight lift, if you will, is installed in the dealership for the second level above the motor clothes level for the pre-owned vehicles. Other than that, new Harley Davidson motorcycles are front and center on the dealership. And the flooring is taken care of, and the color motif inside is the traditional orange, grays, whites. And please note the new silhouetted bar and shield logo that is now the worldwide Harley-Davidson logo for the future. The long-standing traditional orange and black heritage Harley-Davidson bar and shield really is no longer. This is the preeminent and-all going forward. You can see this is the motor clothes area that is now down below the dealership. We're changing into veneer bricks and tile flooring. And then this, of course, is the motorcycle area looking toward the parts department. It will be state-of-the-art electronically with 5 monitors that are controlled individually and a lot of customer interaction, internet and web-based capabilities throughout the showroom floor. Here we have parts and accessories. And now for a moment, let's go into the new service write-up area. Before we do that, one quick slide, if I may, on the interior gathering area where customers can congregate, talk about their dreamed of purchase, and a little bit of nostalgia on the dealership and the family that we have since 1958 is going to be rolling on the monitors. Graphics are all new. You'll notice looking through the window, the eyebrow or the canopy to provide them all shade, and the striping and the color motifs through the store. Here we have the service department write-up area where customers bring their motorcycles, they're written up, and they can meander into the showroom clothing pre-owned bike area that we'll be working on as well. Computers, counters, everything of the sort is done. If I can take a pause right here for a moment, I'd like to say that presently the project, as Harley-Davidson, is providing the final approvals of the design. As of late, there is a slide here that speaks of my monument pole sign on the freeway that they are insisting I correct. I've been so proud of my sign for all these years. Nothing has made me feel better than to have the name Laidlaw's above the bar and shield as for all to see, as the 300,000 cars a day pass by and see that the Laidlaw family is still alive and well and here in Baldwin Park. The program now with Harley-Davidson Corporate, the field design necessitates that dealership names are not above the bar and shield, and they are elsewhere on the dealership walls. And they have also eliminated the lower sign, which says pre-owned, huge selection of pre-owned, and they're asking now that the freeway sign be modified to a larger bar and shield excuse me, the same bar and shield sign raised above to where the Laidlaw sign used to be, and below digital imaging programming sign to move forward with information about events or the store. And I have not moved to any sign permits working on this, but this is something they're asking for, and I must change the sign to comply with their program. This was understood just a week, actually 2 weeks ago, if you may, not long ago. So I speak of that because I've had a great experience with Long in building permits, and Melissa, Adriana, Nancy, everybody has been great. I have my plans in for the second review presently. I dropped them off this morning, and I'm well on my way. I very much would like to continue and get this project going for the first quarter of next year. But I haven't resolved this issue with the sign, and I'm asking that we continue working on that, and that there is an understanding as well that it isn't my ego, it isn't my idea. I'm trying to work with Harley-Davidson to get the hallowed ground approval of the store design, which I'm very close to presently, provided I do my part and build it out as their specific design and particular design requires. So the sign is presented to you because, as I see it, from what I've been told thus far with the plans that have been submitted, I'm in great shape. And thank you for your attention to working so quickly and well with me. And I'd like any questions you'd like to ask, anything you'd like to ask about Thor or Harley-Davidson, you're welcome to.
Is there any questions from staff or council?
I don't have any questions, Mayor. I just want to thank you for your presentation, and I appreciate your business being here for as long as it's been. And I know that it was how would I say, an interesting transaction when you did come here 22 years ago. So I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate the store, and I support you on your keeping your family name up there, because I know that that's something that probably is true, true to your heart. So any way you can do that, I support you in doing that. But I want to just thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Thank you.
Yellow. I'm over it. I can't move on with what I can't have. And I have so much at stake. And I am focused to work through this quickly. We need a spring opening. Very, very much, because first quarter is the time to make corrections, not any later. And as the other 300 dealers follow me, and their stores will, in my opinion, not look half as good, albeit they'll be the same color palette perhaps, but nothing like mine, my family's, we'll have ours finished. And I think that's, frankly, may I say, terrific. So I appreciate the city's cooperation with my family thus far. And I'm looking forward to moving into the new year with a great success for the city and for the Laidlaw family, and a tremendous presence of a upgraded, beautiful new store on our freeway corridor. Thank you very much.
But can you share how much your estimated investment in the modernization of the store is going to be?
I can't, because I haven't been told. I do know that there is an engineering allowed, because the city shared with me the plans from when it was permitted in 2001. And I built a footing that was bigger than a swimming pool to hold the sign. And what's being proposed is that the Harley-Davidson just be moved skyward, the Harley-Davidson logo be moved upward, and then the digital sign remain. And that is where the name Laidlaw will remain. I do understand, may I say, because I think transparency and honesty is important. I don't have intentions of digital messaging with script just burning across that sign. I think that can be kind of a carnival trick, dare I say, and I was hoping for just clean, simple images that remain there to advertise an occasional upcoming event or a new model or get a look. And most certainly the Laidlaw name, and I'm open to city events, absolutely, what they are. But this deserves the council's consideration and understanding, because my knowledge, given the good reception I had this morning at the desk, is all that's still unresolved. There was concern on the color palette, but Harley-Davidson is really going with the grays and the darker colors, much like Hyundai dealerships, Mazda dealerships, Land Rover dealerships. The new gray is quite vogue as I've driven around on the 60 freeway and out in Fontana at the brand new Hyundai dealership. They're doing a lot of these grays now. And the whole image very much is Harley-Davidson is a premium product, premium brand, position it inside the dealership as the premier eminent motorcycle. Ryder.
Mayor.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you for the presentation and the new images. I like the colors. I like the way it's going to look. It really pops out. It's nice the way it is now too, but I can see why Harley wants to change things a little bit. I do agree that your name should remain up there, but it's something beyond our control and anybody's control. The colors are nice. There's an ordinance. I don't know what the situation is with that. It looks very nice. And I look forward to you continuing business here in the city of Baldwin Park. I know a lot of people that ride and that go to your store a lot. I don't ride, but I'm certainly, I know they're going to be happy to see the remodel, and especially the new gathering areas are very nice.
Yeah, well, we're going to make it even nicer. And we're going to make it more comfortable for everyone to come in, that the dealership is going to speak of this class and an upgrade. You know, they so want to dispel the image of the hard, tough biker is Harley-Davidson. It just simply isn't. The dealerships have to reflect that, and we're willing to do that. And I believe the city is as well.
It's very nice.
That's what we have. You have my contact information. You're welcome to talk to me about anything you might have. And it's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
And may I also add, as I spoke to a few other gentlemen already, I spoke last week on my property directly adjacent a big mud culvert, a drainage ditch. It was cleaned out in a week from our conversation, a week to two. It was immediate response, and it terrific. Thank you all for your attention. And Caltrans didn't have to be asked, I guess. Did it on your own. So small things like that matter. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll make sure we can revisit that, Ron, but just make sure we change or look into modifying it so that there's no issues with the rehabilitation. Right. All right. Well, thank you for being here today. So that concludes our open session study session. So we are going to go ahead and recess into closed session, and we will see everybody at the beginning of the regular meeting at 7 o'clock.